Great. Welcome, Randeep. First of all, thank you so much for partnering with Ariel, with the Akshara Center, and endorsing Dads Share the Load. Okay?
I think the world's turning into an equal playground where gender biases have to disappear because women are doing men's jobs and men are doing women's jobs, so-called traditional things. Women are going out there and working and they're equally contributing to the income of the house in a lot of cases. And a lot of kids, including myself, I mean, where I grew up as well, all the household chores were not meant for my dad, they were meant for my mother. And that's the bias we all grew up with. And that is something which, we talk about equality outside the house, in the workplace, in all walks of life, but when we go back home, there is lack of inequality there. There is still, the dad is doing the dad's job and mom's doing mom's jobs, and all the kids, the boys and the girls, grow up thinking that it is my mom's job to do washing or do other household chores. And but that's not what we want our next generation to be, because those are really old ideas, those are traditional ideas, and we are moving into a whole new space, a whole new world. So I think it's very good to have this, share the load by dad, so that the young kids who are growing up now have a good example to follow. It's not just the boys who are getting it, it's also the girls who are further going on, like in the ad, who are going on and doing the work outside the house and doing the household work, while the man is just, thinks it's his domain to just chill.
Great. In fact, isn't it very commendable, in fact, Doctor, that you actually acknowledge the fact that you grew up in a very traditional Indian household, but here you are overcoming that bias as an individual and saying that it's important for dads to share the load.
Absolutely.
And set an example for the future dads who are within the house.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if that doesn't happen, we are not producing children who, what we are campaigning for, what we are fighting for, the equality in the world, the getting rid of the gender bias. If we don't do it at home, I don't think we will be producing, and kids are the future. So if we are not doing it at home, charity begins at home. So if you want to change the world, I think you should change what's going on in your house first. And I think that will produce intelligent and equilibrium-friendly next generation. That's very important.
Great. I also mentioned that someday you'd make a great dad. Yeah, in jest.
I don't know, man. I'm still looking for a mom.
But what is it that you would do if you'd become a dad to kind of make that impact on your child and get them to understand that dads need to share the load? Or what is it the message that you would give to the dads of today and the dads of tomorrow right now?
See, a lot of my friends are married. And the households that I find are happier are the ones where, there is an equal sharing, that whole thing about man sitting with his legs on the table, on the couch, watching television while the mom's dealing with the kids. After she comes back from home, she's cooking, she's washing, she's doing everything. Those households are not very happy, and those couples are not friends with me in the same way. I think the happier couples of all my friends that I've met are where dads are contributing, and it's also, there is a whole thing, everything is changing. The dads have to be present even while delivery, It never used to be the case. Now, especially in Western countries, and especially in India also, now dads are present. I say, Kya hua? My wife's having a child, or I'm having a child, and I have to be there. So jokingly you ask them why. He says, no, yaar, you have to be there.
Share the load over there as well.
Share the load.
We're getting paternity leave also.
Getting paternity leave also. So all those things are happening. So I think the world's changing anyway. I think the love between couples and their understanding and their friendship now, both usually when both people are working, I think that's where there's a lot of more participation by men in raising children, if not the household chores, by spending time with them, which wasn't the case earlier. Like my dad was very busy working, so we used to hang out with my mom, or they put us in a hostel and stuff like that. But that's not the case anymore. So I think it's already changing, and I think it's happening for the good. I think we'll have a better generation where men will not look at women only in a certain way. They will learn to respect them in a lot more ways than just one.
Fantastic. And what do you have to say about this wonderful campaign that Ariel has launched, which is Dads Share the Load? They've come across and partnered with the Akshara Center. What do you have to say about Ariel and the fact that Ariel makes it easier to do laundry and share the load?
Well, that's absolutely, it's a great campaign. I think it's a campaign which is not only in the reaching out the product to people, but also reaching out a message to people, which is very important. And the way it is shaping up and the kind of campaign, and it's been going on in many countries, it's just not India, because it's an international brand. And I think this is a problem that's in every country. And I think this initiative will lead not only to a better generation next, but also the mindset which it's communicating to people.
Fantastic. Just like you as an individual over here believe the fact that dads need to share the load, we now have someone who actually personifies the idea that dads need to share the load. So dads share the load. And this couple has done it in many ways than one. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, gives me great pride and privilege.
Before you introduce
Yes.
them, I just want to tell them I'm a big fan of hers.
You're a big fan of hers.
Me too.
Yeah, you should actually be a big fan of him. Yeah,
Both.
Both of
him,
them.
and him.
I'm a big fan of both of them.
I'm sure he's the wind beneath her wings in a lot of ways. She couldn't have gone and done all that she has achieved without her partner's help. And I'm very, very big fan of them and proud that they are part of our event.
Great. So let's drop the suspense now and introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride and privilege to bring on stage at this event when we're talking about dads sharing the load, Mary Com and her wonderful husband, Orno. Give them a big round of applause. Ma'am, you've led along with you women, okay? And sir, you've led along with you husbands, dads, okay, who are here. Yes, you could come here, right here. Yes. So Randeep no longer plays a referee in between.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay, so you've led across men and women, husbands and wives, okay, who are here to say that it's important for dads to share the load. Okay, they are here in their wonderful green robes, and we'll tell you why the green robes in a while. But before that, I'd like to talk, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to the husband first. Yes, because he has actually personified the idea that dads need to share the load. When ma'am has been going out, okay, जब ma'am जाकर वहाँ पर लोगों को नॉकआउट करती थी, okay, तब आप घर संभालते थे, बच्चों को संभालते थे, लॉन्ड्री भी करते थे, ठीक है, सब कुछ करते थे, and you truly shared the load with her. So tell us your experience and the happiness and joy that you found in sharing the load.
Check. Yeah, good evening to all. So, I'll come up with a very humble and simple example of how we share the load in the family. As we come up from a village, I always look a bulo cart. We are like a wheel. When we put more weight into one side of the wheel, so one side of the wheel got imbalance.
Disbalanced.
So this is my example in a family where husband and wife live as a family. There should be always a equality of loads as well as balance of responsibilities. And I personally feel very happy about how I have been as a husband of Mary. Because whatever I have done for my family, it comes and it bears fruit for her profession. Thank you so much.
I think you need to clap for that. I think it couldn't have been said any better with that analogy of a bullock cart and the two wheels. Dono wheel रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Yes, ma'am, if you can share with us the impact, okay, that it has had on your children when they've seen dad sharing the load at home. What, how are they growing up to be as individuals? Okay, they'll be parents tomorrow. What is the example that Orno sir has set for your children?
First of all, thank you so much being being here, and of course, I would like to thank Aksara and Ariel because you know it's that shared a lot is it's a good concept actually. I really like it. Even being a mother, we all know that every woman's, they are always, every day, all the time, I mean, they are busy with the housework. They have always looking after the whole family. And, well, when I'm at home, actually, we are always sharing each other. And of course, even the children also, they have learned a lot of things. Whatever, I can't do that, so many things. Even my husband is helping me, is sharing me. We have not given to all to a work to husband, to work to wife. So the things, the children also, they have learned. So in a future, in a century, they have learning a lot of things. So I'm very happy to be among with you for campaigning this shared a lot. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Randeep, you were mentioning happy couples who share the load. This looks like a really happy couple.
Yeah, they look a very happy couple. I don't know who's got the boxing gloves on.
Yeah, and talking about boxing, in fact, ma'am, the Rio Olympics are down, around the corner, and every Olympian, we always celebrate Olympians, right? Even the women athletes from not just India but across the world. But I think when we're talking about sharing the load, we also need to celebrate the spouses that stay behind. You know, कि वो घर पे रहते हैं और वो घर का काम संभालते हैं, बच्चों को संभालते हैं. They take care and share the load. So at this celebration of sport and sportsmen across on a global scale, I think on a global scale we also need to celebrate the spouses. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, as a Olympian athlete, I just want to, share this, the concept, shared a lot. I think that most of the athletes, the family, they will do that. They will share the same thing. So I wish them to share the load.
So dads, share the load with your wives, okay, and set a great example for your children. Now we are all here to tell the world that it's important for dads to share the world. Now along with us, we've got all these wonderful couples, okay, who are in a way graduates. Okay.
They're all
of-
looking happy.
Yeah, they're all looking happy. Yes. Yeah. And they're graduates of the Share the Load course, okay, or the program, which is a joint initiative between Ariel and the Akshara Center. So they are all here to tell the world and to gift to the dads of tomorrow the fact that they need to share the load. And the way they're going to do that is in a very symbolic way, actually share the load of doing laundry right here in front of everyone, okay? So that they can share this with their children, with the dads of tomorrow, the fact that they need to work towards becoming dads who share the load. So are you ready? Yes? And Orno sir is actually going to lead them because he doesn't need a course. He's the expert, right? Yeah? He doesn't need a course in this. He's the expert. He's been doing this for years. So dads, are you ready? Yes? Yes? Look at the wives. They're so happy. Yeah? Good.
Where's your load?
Don't call her a load. But you know, when you mention that, it is also something that I take back from the event. You know, I as a dad myself, I think this touches me in a very personal space as well, that I can be a dad who shares the load. But now to the dads who are right here. Are you ready? Yes? So you are going to also tell the world that you're sharing the load and how easy it is with Ariel Matic to actually do laundry and for dads to share the load. It's nothing difficult because Ariel Matic saath mein hai, right? Good. So let's get ready. They're going to take one of those dirty t-shirts, right? Yeah. And it's laundry time. Dads, get ready to share the load. We are not done yet because in the real world, okay, those dirty t-shirts that would have gone into that washing machine would actually have been fresh and white thanks to Ariel Matic and the ease of doing laundry. And that is what we want the world to know as well, a gift to the dads of tomorrow कि share the load करना बहुत आसान है. So are you ready now to show the world, okay, those clean t-shirts that we would have in the real world so that they can understand how important it is and how easy it is for dads to share the load. Are you ready? Yes? And we'll do this together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Dads. Let's give our graduates a big round of applause. Come on, put your hands together. Wonderful. Yes. And like we said, on the occasion of Father's Day, which is just around the corner, this is the gift that we would like to give the dads of tomorrow. A program, a concept, an idea that they can take with them for a better tomorrow, for better houses and better homes for tomorrow, where the dads will share the load and, like Randeep said, make happy families. Yes? So we'd like you all, sir, if you can put that down, yeah? We'd like you all to join us in presenting to the world, okay, a one-of-its-kind course, a one-of-its-kind program, jointly put together by Ariel and the Akshara Center, which says, proud to change, share the load. So we'd like you to hold up those placards. Do we have the placards? Yep. Wonderful. Thank you so much for presenting this to everyone. We'd like to thank you all for being here. Take this message out, okay, across to everyone, and you yourselves, like ma'am said, okay, individuals who can make a difference. तो आप लोग जब घर जाएंगे, please, okay, if your dads, if your husbands, आपको देख के बोल रहा हूँ sir, हाँ कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन everyone, okay, go out there, share the load. Be the dad that shares the load. Randeep, we'd really like to thank you for being here, for endorsing the idea and the philosophy that dads need to share the load. Ma'am, thank you so much for partnering with Ariel and for putting together this wonderful program. And of course, the power couple, like I call them. Yeah, or no, sir, thank you so much for being here and telling everyone the importance of dads share the load. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we will have, or no, sir, Mary ma'am, okay, here we will also have ma'am and Randeep sir here around for questions, and we will have that aligned with the PR team. But thank you all for being here, and remember, go out and spread the word that dads need to share the load. Thank you and bye-bye.
Hello. Hi. This is Ravi Kumar for Bollywood Adda. Randeep, आपके बिल्कुल राइट साइड. हाय. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि इस पूरी इनिशिएटिव का असर आप पर कितना पड़ा है?
Sorry?
इस पूरी इनिशिएटिव डैड शेयर द लोड, इसका असर आप पर कितना पड़ा है, ये हम जानना चाहेंगे.
I think, like in the ad, when you realize when the dad realizes that, hey, that he sees his daughter do what he's doing, that ad affected me for sure, because he all of a sudden is finding what his wife used to do and how he contributed to his daughter being in the same predicament. और जब अपने आप पे बीतती है तब पता चलता है. I've got a sister, I've got a niece. I don't want her to grow up in the same mindset. Neither do I want my nephew to grow up in that same mindset. And my brother-in-law, he really does share share the work around the house, and especially bringing up the kids. So I think it's a great campaign.
सेकेंड क्वेश्चन ही मैरी मैम और सर का जो रियल लाइफ में जो एक दूसरे के प्रति जो कोऑर्डिनेशन है वो आपको कितना इंस्पायर करता है ये आप बताएं हमें।
I think it's great, man. I think she's playing a sport which is usually associated with machismo and men and all that, you know. And he's probably playing a part which usually is associated with women. But I don't see. I think he's a bigger nurturer in that sense, because he's allowing her to go live her dream, which is a very, very big thing. I mean, that is the kind of support which you would want in your life. And since now there are no gender biases left, women are mostly doing all the things. I mean, women are in the Air Force. They'll be flying planes now, even in India, you know. So since that has happened, somebody has to do the other part as well. Like behind every hero, there is somebody who's also slogging their ass off to help that hero. So I think it's very important, and I'm in admiration of Honor. It's not easy, especially coming from patriarchal society, to get into that role and accept it. I'm sure he must have faced some sort of, you know, difficulties with the local people around. But now he's seen through it and not bought into their biases. And I think I'm much in admiration of them. And I think this is a great couple for the future, for the future of our country, where, you know, women are looked at in a certain way.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mary could fix that.
हेलो रणदीप जी, आजकल सोशल मीडिया इतना एक्टिव हो गया है, सेंसर बोर्ड का क्या रोल है आपके हिसाब से? ओके
सर, क्या बात चल रही है, आप क्या बात कर रहे हो?
तो उनका इंटरफेरेंस जरूरी है या नहीं? आप क्या कहना क्या है इसके बारे में?
सोशल मीडिया पे?
हाँ, या उन्हें भी किसी एरियल जैसे सर्फ में दुलाना पड़ेगा?
सॉरी,
उन्हें भी ऐसा कोई सर्फ की जरूरत है? उनका इंटरफेरेंस होना आजकल।
जी, आप स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हो तो मैं हाँ या ना बोलूं या क्या बोलूं, बताइए। आपका क्वेश्चन फ्रेज कीजिए सर।
आपका कहना क्या है? जो सोशल मीडिया इतना एक्टिव हो गया है, वो जो इंटरफेरेंस करते हैं आजकल सेंसर
सोशल मीडिया कैसे इंटरफेरेंस कर रहा है?
उड़ता पंजाब को उन्होंने बैन किया था ऐसा।
हाँ,
हेलो मेरी जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
आपके ओलंपिक एंट्री के बारे में क्या कुछ चल रहा है आगे एसोसिएशन, क्योंकि इंडिया में तो है ही नहीं बॉक्सिंग की।
अभी तो जो आप पता चला बताया और मैं वो बताया वही है। अभी वर्ल्ड कप के बाद में क्या हो रहा है, होगा मतलब। अभी डिटेल्स तो अभी तक इंफॉर्मेशन मतलब मिला नहीं। शायद ये लास्ट मंथ में शायद मिल जाएगा, जो मिलेगा या ना मिलेगा।
I think we should start a campaign saying wild card for Mary. I think that's a campaign that should be there.
Hello.
And we want you to go and box their ears.
हेलो हेलो रणदीप, मेरा सवाल आपसे है। रिसेंटली अनुराग कश्यप की मच अवेटेड फिल्म उड़ता पंजाब इंटरनेट पे लीक हो गई है, तो व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन दैट, बीइंग अ एक्टर एंड बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ फिल्म फ्रेटर्निटी?
I think any film which comes out on the internet while it's still at theaters is a form of piracy, and I think that should not happen, because a lot of effort and money goes into making these films, and I think it is kicking people in the stomach, you know, जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं पेट पे लात मारने वाली बात है।
Also, news has appeared recently that some misunderstanding went between you and Richa Chadda, and you have called Richa Chadda and she started crying.
Is there any other question, bro? What are we talking? What are you talking, man?
ओके रणदीप, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, जब हम शेयर द लोड की बात करते हैं, जिम्मेदारी का एहसास होता है, यू नो, खास करके मर्द औरतों की जिम्मेदारी संभालें या उनके साथ खड़े हों कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर। कोई ऐसी जिम्मेदारी जो आप इन फ्यूचर जब भी आपकी शादी होती है, जब भी जिससे भी आप करते हैं, उनके लिए क्या ऐसी एक जिम्मेदारी है जो आप करना चाहेंगे? क्या ऐसा एक काम है जो अलग होगा उनके लिए?
यार, इतना दूर का सवाल तुमने पूछ लिया।
Even the course of interaction, you know, while the anchor was
इसमें
there.
बहुत सारे probables हैं कि जब मेरे को लड़की मिलेगी और जब मेरी शादी होगी तब मैं उसके लिए क्या करूँगा। आई थिंक मैंने इतनी दूर सोचा नहीं है भाई, बट मेरा इतना मानना ज़रूर है कि आज के ज़माने में हम जो बदलाव बाहर सोसाइटी में और देश में चाहते हैं उसकी शुरुआत आपके घर पे होनी ज़रूरी है। आप घर पे कैसा एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रहे हैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, वही वो जाके दुनिया में करेंगे। तो बहुत सारे सोशल इविल्स जो जेंडर बायस की वजह से हैं, उनको आप सोशली और पब्लिकली जो आप कंडेम कर रहे हैं और आप जो चाहते हैं, उसकी सबसे अच्छी शुरुआत घर पे होगी। चैरिटी बिगिंस एट होम।
ओके, यकीनन मेरे बहुत से मित्रों ने पूछा और मुझे शायद उम्मीद है कि आप रणदीप इस बात का जवाब सही तरह से दे पाएँ। आप खुद इंडस्ट्री का हिस्सा हैं और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात, आप अपनी बात पूरी तरह से रखते हैं, एकदम ब्लंट तरीके से रखते हैं। जो आपको लगता है आप वो कह देते हैं। जो माहौल इस वक्त चल रहा है इंडस्ट्री में उड़ता पंजाब को लेकर, और अब रिसेंटली फिल्म भी लीक हो जाती है, एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड एंड आई टोटली अंडरस्टैंड योर कैंपेन, द इवेंट इज माइंड ब्लोइंग व्हाट यू डूइंग इज, बट बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, आपको क्या लगता है जिस तरह का पूरा ये एपिसोड चला है, कहीं ना कहीं फ्रीडम एक्सप्रेशन पे पाबंदी लगी और अब फिल्म ही लीक हो गई?
आपका सवाल क्या है?
सवाल ये है कि आपको लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं केंद्र की सरकार हो चाहे वो स्टेट की सरकार हो, उसे बॉलीवुड को सपोर्ट करना चाहिए, सेंसर बोर्ड को थोड़ा सा और खुल के।
पहली बात तो ये है कि ये सेंसर बोर्ड नहीं है, इसका नाम सर्टिफिकेशन बोर्ड है। और जो उनका मकसद है कि लोगों को वो पहले बता दें कि इस उम्र से ज़्यादा या इस उम्र से कम लोग इस फिल्म को ना देखें। उनका काम सेंसरशिप का नहीं है, सर्टिफिकेशन का काम है, और कोर्ट ने ये ऑर्डर दे दिया है और ऐसा हो गया है। तो इसके ये मुद्दा उस बारे में सॉल्व हो गया है। जहाँ तक कि और जहाँ तक कि कंटेंट की बात है, मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि सब कुछ तो इंटरनेट पे वैसे भी अवेलेबल है सभी को, तो उसको आप किसी से छुपा नहीं सकते हैं, आप उसको सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेशन ही दे सकते हैं। और दूसरी बात, जो इंटरनेट पे लीक है वो भी फिल्म, अगर आप उसको सेंसर भी कर देते तो कहीं ना कहीं घूम के इंटरनेट पे आ ही जाती। इंटरनेट पे फिल्म आना, ये कोई पहली फिल्म इंटरनेट पे नहीं आई है, बहुत सारी फिल्म ऐसे प्लेजराइज होती हैं, उसको पायरेसी बोलते हैं। और आई एम अगेंस्ट पायरेसी, बिकॉज पायरेसी ये जो पूरा जो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री है उसके पेट पे लात है। आप प्लीज़ कंप्यूटर पे डाउनलोड करके फिल्में ना देखें। फिल्में अगर आपको अच्छी लगती हैं तो आप उनको सिनेमा घर में जाके देखें। ओके और कोई मेरा एक्सपर्टीज चाहिए तुम्हें किसी और चीज़ पे?